It is no secret that Arma 3 is an extremely moddable game, lending to its immortality in the military sandbox space. New players are flooding into Arma 3 every single day and have these same questions all the time. What are the best mods to start out with that won't break the game, but will still let me learn the core mechanics so I can start downloading more and more mods? I'm going to list 20 of the mods that I personally use that will give you that exact experience. All of these mods can be used in the campaign and the single player scenarios and will not break anything, allowing you to learn the game at your own pace, but with some quality of life features that really should have just been standard. At number 20 is Weightless Speed Stamina. This mod simply refreshes your stamina bar much faster than vanilla game speeds. The base game stamina was pretty abhorrent, and if you took anything more than like 5 magazines and a med pack, you're going to be paying for it with how insanely low your stamina length and even slower was your regeneration. Stamina in base game Arma 3 was memed into the fucking ground, and this mod fixes everything by doubling the amount your character can carry and increasing stamina regeneration something like tenfold. If you've played Helldivers 2, then you will be right at home with how this one works. That number 19 is Swim Faster. The details are in the title. Just like the base game stamina, base game swim speeds was abhorrently slow. This mod kicks it up a notch. It increases swim speed when in normal gear and also doubles the speed when you are in combat diver gear, which is also a welcome addition. And number 18 is Simple Dot Crosshair. This mod literally just changes your crosshair to a dot. I like the simplicity and minimalistic look, and honestly, it's much easier to see while aiming. And ironically, it's easy to see why the sponsor of today's video is so incredibly important to new players coming in looking for a group to play with. Do you like that segue? You thought that segue was I thought that segue was pretty good. MILSIM Units has everything you need when it comes to finding a home unit to play with. After you've gotten your feet wet and learned the ropes in Arma 3 single player, the next best step for many is to find a unit, which you can easily do with their streamlined interface and well-organized topics. You'll find units for everything from modern operations to Star Wars, Halo units, Warhammer 40k, and many more. Stop by their website, linked down below, then check them out. Thank you again to MILSIM Units for sponsoring the video. Now let's get back to them sweet mods, baby. That number 17 is NTK Faster Pistol Swap. This one will have you swapping to your secondary much faster, which can be an absolute lifesaver against Arma 3's AI. The AI is already overpowered as hell, so every incremental advantage you can give yourself over them is not cheating. It's simply just getting the playing field closer to being level. These guys fucking cheat, they suck, but that's what makes it fun. My number 16 is Ladder Tweak Remastered. This wonderful mod increases the ladder climb speed a great deal, while also bringing a beautiful mechanic of being able to hit F2 twice and sliding down the ladder with no damage. I don't know how many times I've been climbing a ladder only for an AI to bust around the corner and shove his rifle up my ass and blow my brains out the top of my head. That ain't happening anymore with this one, boys. Number 15 is Arsenal Search. Save yourself hours of collective time looking up all of your gear manually. If you know you want to make, let's say, like an all black or an all olive drab loadout, you need only type Control F and place the color in the search bar, and the mod will sort all of those items at the top and highlight them. It will need the name in the item in order to work. The same can be done with weapons and attachments on the right side of the screen as well. This one is a massive time saver. Number 14 is Cinematic Lens Flare. Truly a beautiful mod. This one brings the original lens flare that was originally launched with Arma 3 right back into the fold. I love the way this looks personally, so this one, honestly, it might just be a me thing because I think I'm like slightly autistic. I at least have ADHD. Ask my wife, she'll tell you. It doesn't really get in the way, and honestly, anything that makes this beautiful game look more appealing is welcome in my book. At number 13 is Echo's Sandbox Everywhere. This mod opens up all of the possibilities. While you're in the campaign or in a single player scenario, this mod will let you open the Zeus interface and start interacting with the game world. Is this kind of cheating? It can be, depending on what you do. If you want to have a completely overpowered playthrough of the campaign, well, now you get to. or you can just give yourself some weapons and ammo that you couldn't get before. Just be careful not to delete waypoints or game logic into these, because you can really fuck up the single player mission by doing this. The number 12 is Zeus Enhanced. This incredible mod ties in beautifully with our previous entry, but also benefits you any other time that you're messing around in the editor. This mod includes a lot of quality of life improvements that the base game Zeus simply did not come with, like being able to make items that were in the game world already editable after launching, and other capabilities like healing, having troops throw grenades, and tons more. It is required installation at this point if you ask me, and I'm never going to try to Zeus without it. Ever. At number 11 is WBK Simple Blood. This mod will make your firefights more visceral and gory, leaving large blood splatters and blood pools on the walls and on the ground. It's as simple as that, guys. Definitely a must-have. Now, number 10 is Ghost Recon third-person camera. This awesome little mod pulls the camera in a little bit and then puts it over the right shoulder of your player character in third person. This makes combat feel a lot like those early Ghost Recon games back on PS2 and Xbox, where my old head's at. I know you guys are out there. You guys are fucking old like me. Just admit it. I see the analytics. And I honestly get some Skyrim third-person vibes with this too. So when I'm wandering around, I just kind of vibe out and I love it. And number 9 is Reload While Aiming. An incredible mod that just came out a couple months back. Again, the description is in the name. Now you can stay aimed down the sight, but reload and keep your eyes on the target. This mechanic is becoming more and more standard with modern shooters, so I love seeing it included as a mod. At number 8 is No More Aircraft Bouncing. This one is simply a must-have. In the vanilla physics, when an aircraft crashed, sometimes they would just rocket back into the sky. This mod makes that impossible, and not only does it keep aircraft in the dirt when they crash, there's additional particle effects making the crash look much more dynamic. These effects can be turned down or off entirely if desired. At number 7 is Enhanced Movement. This mod literally adds verticality to Arma 3. Before, there was zero climbing and basically no way to navigate obstacles in front of you. Now you can use a keybind to climb up objects that are waist high and even things that are taller than you, like shipping containers. You also have the ability to climb down, which will avoid the unnecessary 3-foot drop injury Arma is known for. This mod is super lightweight and is only utilized by the actual players, so the AI does not know how to use it, and they won't be climbing all over the place, so don't worry about that. That would actually be a fucking nightmare. At number 6 is Project Dynamic Blur. An incredibly simple mod that adds a really nice dynamic blur to near and far objects, depending on how strong you adjust the settings. By default, which is what I usually run, the blur really helps the game world pop, bringing close-in weapons and optics out of focus. Just a little bit. This is much more noticeable in vehicles and aircraft, and in my opinion, it adds a subtle amount of depth that is really easy on the eyes and virtually no impact on FPS. At number 5 is Enhanced Missile Smoke and Lighting Effects. Another absolute must-install mod. This one really beefs up the missile smoke particle effects and their associated lighting. Now keep in mind that this may impact performance a little bit if there's a shitload of missiles going off, because smoke is a hard thing to run for just about every fucking game, and Arma is no exception. But man, the payoff is absolutely beautiful and much more vibrant than the vanilla smoke effects. And number 4 is Better Inventory. Hot damn, this mod is literally the best inventory mod out there. The vanilla inventory was incredibly condensed and not super user-friendly. This one breaks out all of your storable gear items into their own window so you can see everything at a glance. Additionally, you can now hold shift and click to move stacks, which is a godsend. I have had this one installed since the day it came out, and it hasn't left my mod list since. At number 3 is Blastcore, compiled by Isky. Look, there's a lot of combat and explosion effects mods out there, but this one is the best bang for its buck, especially when it pertains to your FPS. There will be times when a lot of explosions are happening all at once, and they will start to wear down your frames a little bit, but damn, are these beautiful, and in my opinion, well worth the momentary dip in frame rate, if it happens. The smoke pillars are also much more full, and the flames and ambers coming off of burning vehicles looks fucking sick. At number 2 is actually a tie. I couldn't decide on one, so I just included both, and I'll explain the difference. Ragdoll mods can be quirky. Some work great and others work better. Real Hero Ragdoll Mod Cartoony Edition, which has got to be one of my favorite Ragdoll mods yet. You simply blast these fuckers around and they react a little over the top, but I love it, honestly. I didn't like how with the vanilla Ragdoll, the AI would just kind of slump over when they got hit, and I want my bullets to have more weight and impact behind them. And with this mod, you get exactly that. And the other second place winner is Dynamic Ragdoll Animations by Venom DJs. A heavily work in progress mod that he just uploaded a few days back. This is much more realistic when it comes to weapon impacts and death animations. It is highly advised you do not run any other death animation or ragdoll effects mods with this mod. Basically, this is about as dynamic as ragdoll mods get, with bodies reacting pretty accurately depending on the caliber of the weapon fired and the position of the body that was hit. Some maps will have the AI kind of spazzing the fuck out, going full on Michael J. Fox, mainly Altus, but I'm sure he'll iron all that out in the future. He even mentions it on his Steam page, so don't worry about that if you see it. Again, it's work in progress. And finally, at number 1 is JSRS Soundmod 2025 Beta by Lord Jarhead. Dude, I just fucking, it makes me happy just saying that mod's name because it's so fucking good. Hands down, the best thing to grace my ears in Arma 3 since the first JSRS launched back in 2017. This new iteration comes with a fuck ton of new and refined sound effects that simply must be heard to be believed. Things like rubble and debris coming down all around you when an explosion is nearby. Better wildlife sounds while in the wilderness. And vastly improved tank cannon and aircraft engine sounds, both near and far. I absolutely cannot recommend this mod enough. That would honestly make it a mandatory download for everyone playing this game if I were king for a day. But alas, I can only scream it from this mountain I have and hope you hear me. Well guys, that about does it for this video. I promise you these mods will give you a super solid start in Arma 3 without breaking anything or confusing you because you didn't know what the basic mechanic was that it replaced or did or how it affects the base game. I highly recommend new players start with the tutorial and campaign to get their feet wet. This game is honestly the Skyrim of shooters, and if you can let it teach you how to be a patient hunter, then I promise you, Arma 3 will be one of the most rewarding experiences of your gaming life. Thank you as always to my Patreon members and channel members for your tireless support. I appreciate you all so much for helping me keep the Discord and Arma 3 server lights on. This shit ain't cheap, y'all. And of course, I want to thank all of you for your comments and engagement in all of my videos. I recognize so many of you regular commenters, and it's so good to see you guys every time I upload. So thank you again for your support. This channel would be nothing without you, and I hope you continue to enjoy these videos because goddamn do I have a lot more planned in the future. Thank you all again, and I will see you in the next video.